I think you did a woefully poor job of investigating this thing. And you have more responsibility to your kids, to your community, than what you've shown.
Wow, Ed Couch Elsa ISD gets whacked up in Austin by the UIL. The kids know they get to play the games. Joe Solis, the coach, suspended for the rest of the season. Ed Couch Elsa is going to suspend him from his AD duties as well. And Gus Acevedo, the attorney at law, afterwards made it sound like Solis's job could be in jeopardy.
Administration and the board are going to sit down, and we need to decide what we need to do next.
Is there a timeline you'd like to see that decided upon by?
Well, obviously, we still have the 7-on-7 issue that needs to be addressed within the next 30 days. So we're going to try to address that, and I mean, they've got a lot to think about.
A lot to think about indeed. I was at the hearing. I'm still not sure where the burden of proof came in on this. Obviously, the UIL committee saw a lot of stuff that had them convinced without a doubt that the 8-hour rule was broken. But to be fair, Ed Couch Elsa didn't put up a defense at all. They didn't throw themselves on the mercy of the committee. They didn't put up a defense. They just kind of sat there and said, well, we didn't know. And I was really shocked by that. But now it's Joe Solis, the coach, who's having to pay the price. The kids get to keep on playing. Ed Couch Elsa is in the playoffs. Your thoughts on how the whole thing went down, Armando, and what this means for Joe Solis going forward?
Well, you know, I think they got it right, and a lot of people do think they got it right. You know, the kids didn't deserve the punishment that they got. Now, Solis has had his run-ins before, and I think that's what the committee saw. You know, they saw that he had prior infractions or prior questionable things, and he paid the price for it. I don't know. I don't see how they bring him back. I really don't. But you never know.
Yeah, a lot of it might have to do with Tuesday's school board election when it comes down to it, Joe.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with that school board election from the word go, my friend. But yeah, the thing that shocked me was when I watched your reports when you were talking about it, and then I saw the video. Where was the defense when they came in there with, you know, guns? It was a gunfight, and they forgot to bring any weapons. And they just had to sit back and wait for the ruling, and it could have been the death penalty. They didn't do anything to alter that. It was the UIL that actually, you know, stepped back without being told anything that made them think that. So, I don't know. Where does Ed Couch Elsa, the team, go from here? Now Joe Garcia is the interim head coach. He's the defensive coordinator for the team, and they look good against Valley View. Does this affect the team at all, not having the head coach on the sidelines, Armando?
I think it's going to serve as a rallying point. You know, Ed Couch, they've been up against it all year. They've faced adversity all season long. This is just another stone in that, and I think it's going to motivate them. They showed how well they could play, and I think it's just going to motivate them down the road.
Let's take a look at the playoff picture for 32-4A. Mission Veterans is in because the only two teams that could catch them, Roma and Valley View. The Patriots have the tiebreaker over both of those teams. So it's Mission, Ed Couch Elsa, Mercedes, and Mission Veterans. That's set. What's not set is who they're going to play. Here's who they would play if it ended today. It would be Mission and Laredo Nixon, Mission Veterans versus Corpus Christi Ray, Ed Couch Elsa versus Allison, Mercedes versus Flower Bluff. This could still all change. Martin has a chance to get in there and completely change it around for who's Division I, who's Division II as well. But what the big question is who's going to win the 32-4A district title? Will it be Mission continuing to be unbeaten, or will it be Mercedes? Let's talk about this game, Armando. Who have you got winning Mercedes at Mission on Thursday?
You know, 9-0 Mission. You know, Mario Peña wasn't satisfied with how they played last week. They're going to be ready. They want to get that undefeated season district championship. I got to go with Mission.
Yeah, PSG Southwest put it to them, Joe, and you're going to be on the call for this game this week. What do you expect to see? Well, again, that Mission team has quietly just went about, you know, this 9-0 season, and people ask me all the time, who do you think the best team in the Valley is? Well, it's hard to argue when you're the last unbeaten standing out there. Mercedes didn't show me enough against Ed Couch for me to pick them in this game, so I'm going to go with Mission. Yeah, let's make it 3 for 3, and I'll take Mission as well. I picked against the Eagles way too many times earlier this season, and I'm paying for it now on the picket line. But we are coming right back on Sunday Sports Extra. We're going to talk 32-4A. We'll talk about Brownsville Veterans and what they were able to do last night, their playoff tune-up against Pace. Also, we'll recap the Bird Bowl and where it stands right now for the playoffs for Harlingen and Harlingen South. Bird Bowl 20, it's all next.